I don't know if that's working. Am I live? I don't know if that's working. Oh, it should be. Am I live? I have to turn this all the way down. So I'm back about a second on this. Hello, everybody on TikTok. So now what I have to do, everybody can see my face. Great. So now what I have to do is I have to go to a live stream. Where's my live stream? Right there. What is this about? There we go. Okay, that's better. It's not much better. Like I got two faces down. This is out of control. It's been a while. I got two. What is this about? Can I close that? Okay, I see my face there. This should be comments and reactions. Hello, whomever's chiming in. Oh, it's Sonic. Hello, Sonic. Hold on. I got to pop out AirDroid. This is a nightmare. AirDroid. There you are. Pop out. Yay, I popped it out. Perfect. Welcome. Inside stories of the world of video games. I have no idea if anybody's going to see this on the TikTok. Let's see. Am I frozen? No, I'm still moving. Hold on here, Sonic. I just got to do something real quick. What a flippin' nightmare this is. Hold on. Oh, I didn't want that at all. Hold on. I got to do this. Recall. Retry. Share screen. Okay, so what you missed, me setting this up. There we go. I'm in here. Okay, so now what I have to do is I've got to go back here. I got to say, it's good to see you again as well. This is going to be AirDroid. Let's see if it's the second window. Of course it is, and it's the first window. AirDroid. And again, this is for me to stream to 0 people on TikTok. Okay, so now this one right up here, this one is going to be... Wait, I am on AirDroid. What the schmoops? Hold on, everybody. What am I missing? Hold on. Where are you? I'm doing this. Oh, my flippin' word. Am I going to have to... This is dumb. AirDroid. Dumb. Please check your Discord. I left you an email. I have to go over the CES registration. Sure. I have not. I'll do it on this stream because I haven't done it. I'm going to do a new window. Hold on. New window. Good Lord, has it been a while? New. Hold up. I just got to get this all set up. This is why I don't stream very often. I told you. It's a mess. The application I have is awesome, but it's the getting in here that is a nightmare. Anybody in TikTok? Nobody's in TikTok right now. 0. Again, I'm doing this for my health, apparently. Let's go share screen, new image overlay, new animated overlay, new screen share overlay. Great. And we're going to screen share AirDroid V1. There it is. I can see it now. For some reason, it didn't want to show that earlier, or it was just showing the middle. Oh, flip. And of course, adjusting that causes it to crash. Hold on. Let's go retry. Let's try that one more time. And again, nobody is on TikTok. Why am I doing this? Share screen. Great. Does it show up? Freaking jerk. Where is it? AirDroid, there's only one AirDroid. Let's pop you out. I may not even have to pop it out, but I'm going to do it anyhow. AirDroid. AirDroid 2. Thank you for the thumbs up. There we go. Now you can see it. Hey, user. Rodney or Blake like the live. Thank you so much. You've made it worth it. This has been an absolute crap show because I cannot get this stupid thing to flippin' show TikTok. Hold on. Just putting that right below that. What's that? There it is. Rodney or Blake, hey, if you're still there, do me a favor. Can you send me a comment? You did. Good Lord. You are so ahead of the curve. Haha, hell yeah. I'm on break at work. Good luck. Dude, thank you. I appreciate it. So here's what I'm doing. Because we got some traction. Let me share this. I'm going to do a screen and screen. So just hold on. I said, hold on, everybody. Will it let me do that? Yeah, of course it won't. Why would it? I got to do another. I got to do another screen share. God dang it. Screen share. There it is. Okay, let's do that. You don't need to see those things. I'll hide those. Get out of here. You're hidden. You're obsolete. Get out of here. Perfect. All right. There's my screen. And you don't even need to see my other face. My other face. My face. I'll put it down here in the corner. What camera is this? Oh, that's fine. Perfect. Put me in this corner. Just hold on, everybody. Ark the Mate. Oh my God. Ark of the Shadows here. All right. So here's Rodney. Thank you so much for being here. Listen, everybody in the audience. Oh my. Hold on, everybody. It keeps crashing. And you wonder why I don't stream regularly. It's because of this. This is a nightmare. It's a nightmare scenario. So I'm going to pop that out and see if it pops back up in here. Does it? It doesn't. Just be aware. I might just call a kibosh on this in a second. There you are, Rodney and Jake. All right. So here's the deal. I'm going to do a tutorial about it's an interesting camera. Everything's interesting. All right, here we go. I started this as a video showing why I don't stream because it takes forever. So I just had to do AirDroid. I had to do Google Docs to share the RTMP key. It's a freaking process. But the reason why I wanted to show you what I'm doing is because I wanted to have you, I wanted to share with the audience who is watching that I got more projects coming up, more new projects. And this one is pretty freaking cool. This is Kingslayers. Let's see if we got, yes, you can see it. So I'm trying to get a company on Instagram to let me use their stickers or their patches here. So I just reached out to them today. I'm just keeping everybody in the loop of what I'm doing. Instagram. So on Instagram, I've been reaching out to comedians. This person, Alex Giampa, he's a funny comedian just under the radar. Been reaching out to Kyle Kinane, a couple others. But hi, Neil. Clacks! Oh my God, we got the gang back together. Everybody's here. And they're across the spectrum too. It looks like we've got like YouTube people watching. That's amazing. I've got to get Discord on here. So anyways, I reached out to the people at, can I zoom in? I can. Can I zoom in here? Whatever. So I have them. I wish I could zoom in further on that. But I said I got just introduced to these guys. They have really cool stuff. And I would love to put their patches on, and I'll show you what their patches look like. Get out of here. Go to their profile. Get out of here. Their stickers. They have great shirts. New resource. Firearm school. That's not what I'm looking for. That's not. They got some great shirts. Here's 9/11. Hey, Rodney. I'm sorry. Gun rights or trans rights, right? I want to use like some of these stickers, and the one I saw that I really want, this one's pretty cool. I want to have these people wearing shirts that say this, right? And I don't want to work as a partnership. I just want them to wear it because that's what they're wearing right now. They have something to say, but it's like, if I have real estate, let's have them say something meaningful and important. So, so this one's really cool. And then the one I really liked, I do love this one. Just personally, I think that's a cool one. That was the first thing that first cigarette I ever smoked. It's a Marlboro. Because I didn't know. Oh, I knew it was bad for you, but I didn't know that Marlboro Reds were originally made for women. Did you know that? I did not know that. Yeah, like Marlboro Reds were made for women because it was green originally. And Marlboro was sponsoring beauty pageants on television. They were sponsoring television shows. Like that's how television worked early on. Is you would get a sponsor. They would sponsor a show. Beauty pageants was one of them. Marlboro Reds were originally green, but they wanted something that that matched the dress and matched the lipstick of the people that were smoking them, which were women at the time. So women of the 40s and 50s, they were the real Marlboro men. Again, the more you know. This one, I love this one. This one's freaking cool. Everybody who's timing in, give me a second. I cannot see you for some reason. Hold on. Why can't I see you anymore? Oh, because you're hidden right back there. Anyways, this is kind of the stuff I want to put on there. Like, I would love to have that and a couple others on these characters. So I just wanted to share that with everybody first. Now let me get back to where you guys are. A finish hymn. Hey there, Sonic. Neil, read my first comment and then my second one. Oh my God. You're putting me to work. I don't want to work. I just want to bang on this drum all day. So anyways, Rodney or Blake, I hope you can still see that. I actually have to write a text here in a second. 1 second. I'm going back. Hey, Neil, it's been a while. Hope things have been good for you. They've been terrible. They're fine. Be careful what you wish for. Can I sleep on your couch, Clax? Hello, Clax. Welcome back. Neil, I didn't know that Mortal Kombat was based on a... Time out. Is that what you're saying? Read my first game. Okay. Hang on a sec. Hey, mate. What did I miss? An interesting camera. Neil, did you know that Mortal Kombat was based on a Scandinavian church song? It was a Finnish hymn. The one that goes dun 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 dun. That one? I know it's so pitch perfect, but you couldn't tell. Hang on a sec. This will get banned because all my streams get banned for the same exact reason. I'll play music and they're like, no, you can't do that. Mortal Kombat. Is that the one you're talking about? This one. No, not this one. No, it is that one. Sorry, hang on a sec. Can you hear this? Let's see. That one? Please tell me that's true, because that would be freaking awesome. Neil, read my first comment, then my second one. Your first comment was Arc the Shadow. Your first comment was, hello, how are you? And I said terrible. Second comment, interesting camera. I may be back. Neil, it's been, well, you know why I can't read? I don't have my freaking glasses on. All right. Hopefully you can, yes, you can still see everything. Vermin, welcome. Thank you for liking the live. Hey, again, you'll see on the screen, you'll see your comments. That is a labor of love. Comment, please, so you can see it on the screen, because it took me 12 minutes to set that up. It's ridiculous. In order for me to get TikTok on these things, it takes forever. And that's before it goes into a nightmare scenario. An interesting camera. Neil, did you know the Mortal Kombat? What's the story? Talk to me. Are you... God dang it. What? I hate doing work for a joke that I don't even get. It drives me crazy. Hello, Psychara Officia. Whoa. I love that image. I got to take a look at it. It looks almost like a cross between... Well, it's definitely... It's a witch meets... the Raven, not Oscar Wilde, Poe. It's a Poe. Looks like a female, a witch Poe. So I'm going to call you Witch Poe, Psychara. Anyways, so here's the deal. I wanted to share some of the images that I'm working on. What did you think of my joke, Real Sonic? You guys keep your jokes going on in the comments. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go, we just learned apparently that the Mortal Kombat, no, we didn't learn that, because you're making me oh shoot, that's not what I wanted. You're making me a joke. Hold on, screen share. There it is. We learned that may have been a whatever. I don't want to hear it. It's a joke at my expense. I don't want to know. So I'm trying to get these people to jump on board to let me use their stickers and their patches. Can I go to their website? That's going to be a lot easier than going to this thing. Links to a Better Way. Oh, no, that's not what I want either. God dang it. It makes me look like a gun guy. That's not me at all. Do I have it open in another tab? Please say I do. Ecamm. AI Studio. I don't know what that is. Not that. Good God. This is awful. Is there music playing now? Hold on. A Better Way to a copy. Better Way to a... There. There it is. Thank God. Shop. So they're gun guys, right? That's fine. I don't care. Gun guys on our side, I'm fine with. But it's like weaponize, defend the defenseless. But this is what I really wanted. I wanted the, God dang it. They had a great one for a backpack. And since I do backpacks in the videos, that's freaking cool. That's cool. I do like this one. It's it's with the Subaru with a AK on the top. Again, I like those. Those are fun. I don't like the exploitation. Oh, but they put a guy in it. Dude, again, I love these people. It's a dad joke. Okay, I got to get the joke. Clax, you got it before me. I'll get it eventually. Anyways, the one I wanted was a backpack. And you know what? You're going to make me do this. You're going to make me gun owners for universal health care. Like, that's a freaking great one. This is what I want to put in my video, but it's not my joke. I want to, and again, it's not a crossover promotion, but I just want to get those people in it because we're working on new stuff all the time. So give me a second. This one is that's old. I need to go to the new stuff. Let's go back to my sister's a therapist, POTS intro, time, sleep time. Where are you? Oh, I'm going to do this one. I'm going to put this one up, Baristas in Arms. This one's too long. Our artists are kind of objecting because it is too long. Hang on a second. I'm going to get this cut down so I can zoom in a little bit further on these. Because I should be able to, there we go. Yeah, once it's zoomed in like that, I can do that. Great. Perfect. See, now I can zoom in on these. So I made, this is a Starbucks, supposed to be a Starbucks meeting, and it's talking about how they can't put certain things on cups. This is a legitimate forum thread on Starbucks where they can't put things on cups that aren't approved. And so I made a bit about that. The problem is the artists are saying there's too many characters, but what I would like to do is I would like to get people to read this independently, like put it out on social media and say, take this, read any character you want, and we might use you on the show, right? Or I might use you in an animation or contact you to do a real reading. That's probably what I would do. But I would love to get all the people in the comments like, if you need real voices, use mine. And I'm like, great, I will. I will totally do that. You don't need to see two of me. Perfect. Okay, let's get this joke. I feel dumb for not getting it. Here we go. It's a dad joke. Let's go. Let's do it. How are you? Great. An interesting camera. We're talking about this. Did you know the song Mortal Kombat was based on a Scandinavian church song? God dang it. Now I get it. Thank you. I'm so dumb. Okay, so here's the joke, everybody who didn't get it. Because I got it right away. Just so you're not embarrassed. Did you know that the song Mortal Kombat was based on a Scandinavian? You're like, what? And it's a Finnish hymn. Good God. That is a dad joke if I've ever heard one. You're hired for my dad joke brigade. That's good. Good joke. But it's hard, dude. It's hard enough for me to set these things up, much less stay human. Okay, so again, there's 116 people over on TikTok who have seen this and then gone away. If you're still there on TikTok, please let me know because, good Lord, it took me forever to set this up where I can see TikTok. If anybody's there, if Psychara Officia is there, please. I will show you the picture that I'm working on. Hang on a sec. This is one of them. Oh, can't even see it anymore. Screen share. Can't even see it. Where are you? Can I zoom out of that? Nope. Well, what a nightmare this is. Hold on. That. So this is from the latest video, which I'm going to be working on in this stream because I want to show you what it takes to make a video. But I got something I'm doing on before that. So again, depending on who's here. Hey, Torpal, welcome. So the next video we're working on is classic. Hang on a sec. I got to get back to where we are. Whoosh. What did you think of my joke, Sonic? Finish him, finish him. I already got it. You don't need to explain it to me, however long ago that was. Oh God, I just got the joke too. It's a dad joke. Took me longer to admit. Neil, what are your thoughts about asking for a voice call and what I am doing at the moment? Voice call. What I'm doing here is I'm going to do the. Hey Sarah, good Lord, what are you doing here? Good grief. I never have seen a real person in my comment or my stream on a flipping TikTok. That's crazy. I know somebody here. And that's usually rare on TikTok. Usually on TikTok, it's somebody mad about my takes on things. Anyways, welcome aboard, Sarah, if you're still here. Timeout. Let's go back here one more time. Let's go open recent. Where are you? I just had you open. God dang it. Now I got to do this. 1 second, everybody. What a nightmare. Hello, beautiful. Projects. There it is. Oh my God. Good Lord. No wonder nobody stays on TikTok. It's the only people that tolerate me are my longtime viewers on. Where is everybody? Are you still on YouTube, everybody? I know that probably Ark is on Twitch. Or sorry, Kick. Where are you coming from, Clax? So anyways, here's the deal. Torple. Nobody's watching on. No, I got 0 viewers on TikTok right now. From 116 to 0. That's how it goes. That's my life over there. So I'd like to get that gear on these folks right there. And so who are these people? They're the Kingslayers. They're just a bunch of kids. Look, it got nice little Molotovs going there. It's great stuff. So these guys, you know one of these people. If anybody's watched my videos, you know one of these. What are your thoughts on my comment above asking for a voice call and what? So here's the thing. It's hard enough for me to do this, but I will, if I got time here, because I got to do tonight I'm going to an event in town that I have to prepare for. It's called Behind the Bastards. Because I'm an anarchist. You guys knew that. Behind the Bastards Live. That is here tonight at the Alberta Rose Theater. Accept all. Doors start at 7, so I'll be going down there around 6. So I have to be prepared by 5. Because it's Portland, and Portland traffic's terrible. All proceeds benefit the Portland Bail Fund, so that's where I'm going to be tonight. Bucked Up, nice. Welcome aboard, Bucked. So this is where I'm going to be tonight, but I wanted to show you my, real quick, my process. So here, we've got a script. I'm not going to show you the script I'm working on right now because it's a super surprise. Only if you're good. Hold on. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you how I work. I'm going to go to, first off, I got to go to Animate. Adobe Animate. This program has not been updated. You're on YouTube. Thank you, Clax. Thank you for answering my question. I appreciate it. Okay. So for anybody who wants to know how to make animations, this is kind of your, oh my God. Hold on. I'm going to get the whole screen in there. Perfect. That whole screen. Top and bottom. Just so you can see Animate and how antiquated it is. Perfect. There it is. Okay. So this is Animate. It's fine. It's part of the Adobe projects, but it's not good. And you can see all the ones I've done here. I've done Potts, Truman, Jimbo, Comrade, Rattlesnake. All of the lip syncs I do through this application. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open recent. I'm going to say blank template. Hello, Fire. Oh my gosh, Fire Lemon's in here. Welcome. I haven't seen you in forever. Love your stuff. Good stuff. Okay, so it says file does not exist. It's starting off great. Okay. I love this. So Neil, I was saying that I'm actually heading to an appointment at the moment and cannot stay. I'd like to schedule a Discord. There we go. That's fine. Yes. I thought you were talking about doing an interview here like we did in the past. And I'm like, that might be a little difficult. No worries. Yes. Well, I'll check out Discord. I probably, you'll see I have not been on Discord in forever. Actually, if you're still there, I'll show you how long it's been since I've been on Discord. Ready? I just opened up Discord. So now what's going to happen is there we go. Downloading updates. It may do this every time. Who knows? My apologies. I need to go. You go. I'm just trying to prove that I'm not on here. You get out of here, Sonic. That's fine. Everybody on TikTok, I'm just making excuses. Fire Lemon, how are you doing? I've not seen you or content in forever. So see, look, here we are, everybody. I need Clax and I need Arc if they're still here. Good Lord. Did you know? Good Lord. Okay, so now it just opened up Discord. What's new? Well, they're pitching to me. That's new. They've never done that before. Well, what's the offer? Claim Nitro with a limited subscribe and claim the entire collection. Claim offer. What do I owe them today? Is it $9.99 a month? Well, you can forget it. $99 a year. That is so much. It's $11.99 a month? What is this, HBO? It's freaking crazy. Just hold on. Stay right there. Get out of here. What's new? Big updates. So you'll see over here, like, look, up in the corner, I've got Sonic, I've got Barry, I've got Butterfly, I got Leshy. Leshy says controversial. What do we got? I'm reading all this because I don't care. Controversial terms are 100% thing that gets shadow banned. Okay, great. Got it. Leshy's gone on Twitch, which I have not seen. This is the beginning of your conversation. What? Who's CC Butter? Oh, got it. That's somebody online. Great. Bankrupt Barry, did you know Chuck Jones also made an appearance in Interspace? Son of a gun. No, I did not. Chuck Jones made an appearance in Interspace. I'm pulling that out. Hang on a sec. Save image. Chuck. He called it Chuck. Perfect. I don't have to name it. That's Chuck Jones right there. Awesome. And then who else? That's Sonic. I'll leave Sonic off, whatever. But I'm never on that application. All right. Let's see. Fire Lemon, you're still hanging in there. I don't know why. You're amazing. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to clients. I'm going to open up Hello Beautiful. These are the active projects I'm working on right here. And we're going to do, oh, it's not there. It's going to be here and it's going to be, this is my nightmare that I live in right now. What? It's, good Lord. It is called Sort. Working, God dang it, that was hard. Okay. And then we're going to sort by date. Again, this is why it's good to have a process. Blank template. I know you exist. Perfect. All right, let's get a collection. We still got Fire Lemon over in freaking TikTok. Sonic is left, is my guess. It still says I have a couple viewers. Good Lord. Forget it. I'm just going to do this. All right. So this is a template that I've created. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back and I'm going to finish this template. So what is the template that I created? This application called Animate. It has tracks in the bottom. I can't flip me, can I? Can I flip me? I can. So I've got 3 tracks down here in the bottom corner. Can I zoom in on that? Only so far. I can only zoom in so far. Maybe I can get rid of my face and zoom in as far as I want. Let's try that. Hold on, everybody. Let's do this. Quit you by quit me. Yep, that's how I do it. That's how I do it. Quit. Get out of here. Quit. There's a lot of screens. Oh my God. What is going on here? Show primary display. Perfect. There we go. Great. Okay, so now I'm going to zoom down here. There we go. That's what I wanted in the first place. So now anybody who's stuck around, Fire Lemon especially, you can see what I'm talking about. So every one of my animations starts just with the illustrations, which is done in Photoshop. And then I have I create a template here, or that's what I'm in the actual process of doing. Because what I want to do is I want to create a template so I can make these faster. Bottom row is called green screen. And all that is going to be this. And I'm going to change that color to green so I can knock it out, right? Who's calling? Who's calling? Who's calling me? Sean Gilmore. Oh, I don't know if I should answer that. Hello. Yeah, what's up? I'm on a live stream right now. and so are you.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I can give you a call. I can give you a call after, unless it's an emergency.
No, let's say, yeah, yeah, whenever you're available.
No worries. I'll call you right after.
All right. Okay, cool.
Thanks, Sean. Bye.
Bye.
See, I can work at the same time. Pretty awesome. Okay. And he didn't say anything about where to put bodies and stuff like that. He's really, really professional guy. Okay. So now what I've done is I've taken the background and I've made it green. There. Then that's done. That one is done. So now what I have to do, I have the character head and audio track. So for the audio track, I will record an audio track, which I think I have one already recorded. Let's see. Sort by kind. Hang on. That is not at all what I wanted. Downloads. It's got to be in downloads, right? Kind. I got my taxes. Carpet textures, demon laughs. You can see all this. Industrial punk machines, Medford. Oh, there it is. I think that's where it is. Medford Mudroom. Let's open this on its own. Okay, Medford Mudroom. Where's my audio? There it is.
What's wrong with your coffee?
Okay. Could you hear that? Anybody who's still in the stream, can you hear that when I played that? Let's try that one more time.
What's wrong with your coffee?
Did everybody hear that? I'm not going to do a survey, but if you heard that audio, that's great news. Okay, so I am going to drop this in there because it's going to give me an error. And I'll show you the error. Let's go into animate. Let's go to audio track. Everybody seeing this still? Yep. So I'm going to click on audio track. I went in here, and then I'm just going to drag that one into here. Could not import. Sometimes it lies. Let's see if it's lying. Let's see if it's lying. It's not lying. It did not allow me to do that. Let's try this one. Could not import. Okay, so now what I have to do, again, this program's so old, it doesn't like certain protocols. So now what I have to do is I have to open up VLC. Drag it into that, and then...
What's wrong with your coffee? It's
perfect. Command-Shift-S, open media. Let's do that again. Medford Mudroom, V1. We're going to convert that to an MP3, and we're going to save it as a file. And we're going to say Medford Mudroom MP3. Save. Save. It chews it up. It is done. And now I just have to drag that in there, desktop. There you go. So you'll see that it gives me an error message. And you're like, what didn't work? One or more files were not imported. Hello, Julesy. Wait, Julesy Bluesy. Julesy Bluesy. I know who you are. Julesy Bluesy. It's hard for me to say because I'm a drunk. So it says one or more of the files, but I know it's lying. And why do I know it's lying? Because I can see it in the library. Watch. Back out. Oh my God, I just made you so super tiny. Did not mean to make you tiny. It's right there. Medford Mudroom. I can see it in the library. So it gave me the error message, but it did see it. That goes up there. Whoa, Stone Gardening. Oh, you are crushing it. I did not know you would be up this early. I don't think I've ever seen you up in the afternoon. You're always like a night owl. So here's what I'm doing. I'm showing people what, like my next sneak peek at my next animation. Stone Gardening, if you want to do a voice for it, I will send you a link because I think I'm going to throw this out there. Where is it? It is right there. This is a new script that requires a lot of Starbucks people. Thank you, Clax. Clax, you're the best. Much appreciated. Very much a night out. Yeah, same. Me and my partner in crime here, we both work until like, we'll get up at like 2 in the morning, like, because we have to pee because we're old people. And then we just stay up until, you know, our bodies collapse. That's usually how it goes. So this is a script we're working on. If you ever wanted to do a reading, you're more than welcome to. I think you'd be great for one. I'm not going to push you into it. If it's not your thing, great. But I'm going to put it out there. Number two, where is it? It is, oh, did I shut the whole thing? I guess I did. Did I? Preview? Let's see. Open preview. Open recent. You jerk. There's one. That's not the one I'm looking for, though. But Kingslayer is what I'm looking for. I'm going to put that on my desktop because I'm tired of finding it. Kingslayer. There it is. There. So I'm working on new characters. This is not part of this animation. The animation I'm working on today is going to be an old favorite, fan favorite. So get rid of that. Get rid of you. I just wanted to get you caught up since you're here. That is not my joined. Hello, that is not mine. And they left. That happens. Okay, so now what we've got is we've got the audio track layer. And at the bottom, just watch. This is cool. Trust me, it's cool, man. So I put the green screen on. You have a green screen. But you'll see this big blue line right there. That means it's on that track. But as soon as I go forward a track, like if I go here, it should, oh, there is only one track. God dang it. Yeah, there's only one frame. So it's one frame of a green screen, and it would be one frame of audio. So now what I have to do is this. Heck yeah, I do a voiced. Awesome. Great, great, great. I will send you the scripts, and so you can read any line you want, any character you want, just because it's a dumb little Starbucksy sketch about racism. I think you'd be great. Anyways, here we go. I'm also going to go see, I'm going to be at the Aladdin Theater tonight for Behind the Bastards. They're doing something at the Aladdin Theater. I think I might still have that up too. Do I? I don't. I just have this up there. Hold on. There it is. It was the last thing I'd looked at. Yeah, Behind the Bastards. I will be there tonight, bastarding it up. Okay, let's go. Here's what I got to do next. So I got the audio file in there, which you can see on the sidebar. I got to zoom in on this bad boy. Hang on. God dang it. Oh, my Lord. Hold on. How do I do this? I'll just move this over, right? There we go. There, I've got the audio. That's the only thing that's in there is audio. So now what I do is I'm going to take that audio. This is why I edit my videos, because it's a freaking nightmare for the audience. You guys are the real heroes. So now I take the audio file and I'm going to drag it right onto the canvas. It's done. I've got the audio file in there. You can't see any of it. You have no idea. Here's why. This application used to be called, like this was owned by a company called Macromedia. And I worked on Macromedia Director in the mid-90s. Mid to late 90s, I worked on an application called Director, made by Macromedia. Then Macromedia got acquired by Adobe, like in the early 2000s, and never updated this application. This is effectively the same application I was working on in 2000. It has not changed. And that's why it's a nightmare, because there are new file types that are in there. I've forgotten everything about it, so I had to relearn it. But, you know, it's better than learning something from scratch. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to go all the way out. On the bottom timeline, this is 108 seconds. We're going to go as far out as we can. Oh, I might as well keep zoomed in on that so you can see what I'm doing. Hold on. I'm going to highlight those frames. I'm going to right click on it, and which you can't even see. Jesus, Mary and Joseph. And I'm going to insert frame. And what it's going to do is it's going to fill out all of these frames. And now you can see the audio track. Now you can see the audio track in there. You couldn't before because it was just one frame. So this is the template I'm creating. So just get, and I'm going to say insert frame. We're going to do this because I know this is an 8-minute audio. Insert frame. Hold on, you'll get to see how I build these. It's very exciting. Insert frame. That is zoomed. Hang on a sec. Is that right? That's zoomed way in. That's zoomed way out. Okay. If I'm missing anybody's text, I'm sorry. All right. So now 183. Keep going. What's 209 seconds? Anybody with math? It's probably insert frame. 208 seconds is probably 3.5 minutes. We're at 234. Insert frame. Again, this application is so flippin' old. Unless somebody knows how, this is what was used by Newgrounds back in the day. Insert frame. not keyframe, just a frame. And you're like, this is all a wasted effort. So I'm going to say insert frame because it can only do so many animation, so many cells. So insert frame. We are at 309. So that's what? 309 is 5 minutes. Is that right? Here's what I'm doing, so you know what I'm talking about. So 60 times 5 should be 300 seconds. Yes, so 300 seconds. That's how I am doing the calculations. We are now at frame 334, so 3 minutes and 30 seconds. I have to build this all the way out to the maximum. That's why I'm building a template. That's why you're here watching me build a template, because you have to do this with every animation. There's no way that I know to build out a sequence as long as the audio track is. Because insert frame, great. You can still see the audio is here. So I know the audio track is still going on. Hold on, insert frame. Okay, let's go out here. Insert frame. And I'm doing this, it's a fool's errand. I'll show you why. Insert frame, because I could do the math. Okay, great. Now you see, okay, now you see it at the bottom. There's no audio anymore. So I'm going to go back until I find the audio. There it is. So it ends at 474. So I'm going to say end it at 475. And so at 475, I'm going to draw a line down from there. And I'm going to say cut frames. Great. So now I've cut them. So how long is 475? Give me the calculator up again. Clear 475 divided by 60, 7 minutes, 7.9 minutes. So almost 8 minutes long. Okay, so now I got to highlight this, delete, highlight this, delete, highlight this, delete. You're a jerk. This thing is so flippin' antiquated. It drives me bonkers. All the way out to the end. Where are you? All the way to the end. You should just be able to highlight this like that. Delete. You. Remove frames. Jesus. Okay. Remove frames. By the way, I haven't even started the animation yet. That's how freaking frustrating this is. Remove frames. I've done more than a dozen of these, and it still does. This drives me crazy every time. Remove frames. There we go. Okay, so now watch this. We've got almost 8 minutes of footage right there. It's 8 minutes. That's killer. So now let's just say I got no art, but I'm going to export this. Watch this. When I say export to a movie, I'm going to say ignore stage color, whatever, say scene, the whole entire movie. It's blank template on the deskboard. I'm going to say export, and it's going to give me an error, or at least it should. It doesn't. It's a nightmare. Why didn't you give me an error? You should. Oh, because, Okay, I got it. Yes, I want to cancel. Okay, great. We canceled it. Let's get the calculator back up there and say clear. So it's 8 minutes is the maximum. So what is 8 minutes? 60 times 8, 480 frames. So I'm going to go to 479 frames and say nothing. I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to drag this. 479, because that's the maximum. 479. 479. Great. Good. Okay, cool. That's done. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So we have the audio all the way in there. Why is there no audio at the beginning of this? That is concerning. That is slightly concerning. There should be some audio. Hold on. Why is there no audio? When does it start? It starts at, oh my God. Oh my Lord, this is why I love this flipping program. Because Clear. God dang it. Remove frames. Good Lord. Did that go all the way back to the beginning? Let's see. I know. Why is the screen just black? Is it black? Wait, is the screen black? Wait, what? Why is the screen just black? Is it just black? That would be awful. Or is it just green? I hope it's just green. Good Lord, I hope it's not black. That would be awful. Can somebody help clarify on another platform? Are you just seeing a black screen or are you seeing something else? Hopefully something else. Maybe, oh, it's possible depending on what platform you're on. I could be banned entirely. So that's a plus. I'm not sure. I'm sorry. But Arctic Mystery, thank you so much for the heads up. I hope I'm not taken off there. That would be pretty poopy. No black. Why is the screen just black? No black. It's green to me. That's what it should be. It should be green. And I'll change that in a second because I'm going to show you how to animate as soon as I do this. Because I got to drag this out to 5. What was the number? 479? We're almost there. I can just do this instead. Hold on. Again, this program is, this Adobe has not done anything to this freaking application in 20 years. 25 years. Oh my God, are you kidding me? 25 years. It's been like this clunky mess. And I only know that because I worked on it 20 years ago and it was a clunky mess, but all applications were clunky messes. Hold on. We're almost there. We're almost to 479. We're at 60. Here comes 70. 469. Okay. 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79. Right there. Perfect. Done. Okay. So now we're going to save it because it's going to crash in a second. Great. Let me know, Arctic Mystery, if you see black after I do this. All right. So now we've got all of that built out. We got the sound. We got this. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, oh, you mean green in English. Sorry. No worries. No worries. Green in English. Yes. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to grab an image from the directory. Let's find it. Downloads. We're going to pull up Medford Mudroom, which is right there. And then this should look familiar. We got side views and we got arms and we got heads. You should be seeing things, I'm hoping. Yeah, you are. Let's do the front view. Okay, that's side, that's front. So we're going to drag in the from natural. That's going to be his like natural state because it's called natural. So I'm going to click that here. I'm going to drag that right in. Now it's going to be huge because I didn't resize these. And that's fine. Show entire frame there. So it shouldn't be in the lower corner. So what I do, I'm going to, sorry everybody, I'm going to have to get rid of you for a second just so you can see the whole screen. There. You can still see me for some reason. I don't know why. That's not important. But you can see the audio track and you can see Butch neutral. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take his head and I'm going to align it to the top and center. Great. We're done. Except I did it wrong. Oh my God. This application drives me bonkers. Absolutely freaking bonkers. Holy crap. Did I just ruin that whole thing? I did. That's okay. We're good. It actually worked out in my favor. We're good. Hold on. It worked out fine. Because I'll show you why. Delete. Oh my God, reviewed frames. That's why I do these. Can you turn off the background music? Is there background music? Oh my God, guys, is there background music? Stone, is there background music? Can you hear background music on my end? Because it's not showing nothing's showing in the levels. So hang on. Let's go. That's done. We got to go all the way to the end again. Because if you make a mistake, like this, there's no correcting it. Done. Oh God, one more. One less. Hold on, everybody. We're almost there. Great. Now we're going to animate this. But before we do, because this program is a freaking nightmare, I'm going to change these two. I'm going to reverse these two because I made a mistake. Character. And then I'm just going to call this audio. AUDIO. Great. And why did I do that? Because I don't feel like messing around with this anymore. So I'll show you why, because I'm going to turn this off. That's the character. The middle one is the one you want to be the character because you want it on top of the green screen. I'm so sorry. I'm just pranking you. I'm going to knock you out, Arctic Mystery. I figured you were. You're hilarious. You're good. I love pranksters because they, by the way, I'm not sure if you saw the beginning of this. They were pranking me already with old man jokes. I couldn't get old man jokes. All right. So here's the deal. You're good. So audio character. Perfect. So now I'm on the character layer. I can tell because it's not there. I'm on the character layer. I'm going to go back to frame 1. Okay, we did it. Here's what we're going to do. So now we have the head. And what would an animator do? An animator would say, well, I need to make another head that's slightly different. That's what a normal animator would do. So I would need to create a table or like a character sheet? No. In Animate, where's my top? In Animate, you do the natural thing of converting that image to a symbol. Makes total sense. Why wouldn't it? So we're going to call this head. H-E-A-D. Oh, wait. Front head. Good Lord. Keep forgetting we have 3 different shaped heads. So done and done. I've got a head. It is now a shape or a symbol. It's a symbol. Again, I don't know these terms. Why a symbol? Okay, so now we can do the next part of the template. So I go into library in the corner and I find there's my front head. You can see this is an image. That's the sound. And now that's a symbol. Thank you for the like. All right, so now we click on the symbol and it looks like it zoomed in. It didn't. It just made the size of this bigger. Size of the, we lost 2 tracks. And so it made the working space slightly bigger. It's the same size. But now we're going to go down here to where it says layer 1 and see that we want it bigger. So I'm going to stretch that out to about there and then zoom back in. Now, any other animation program would allow you to select all of these at once, every one of these, and convert them to keyframes. You cannot do that with this. You have to go to each frame, right click, and insert keyframe. Again, if anybody has worked with Animate in the last 25 years and figured out a better way to do this, insert keyframe. Let me know, because this is why I'm creating this template. Insert keyframe. Insert keyframe. Insert keyframe. Insert keyframe. Insert keyframe. There's usually 12. Insert keyframe. Insert keyframe. Perfect. We're done. We did all the keyframes. It's a little thing, but it takes a lot of, you got to remember how to do all that stuff. Okay, so now we have 12 keyframes. 1, 2, they're all the same because it's the same head. So now you're okay. Arctic, I hope you're still there because you're going to learn something right now. Here we go. We go boom, and we say, there. So now we go through the alphabet. So what's the first letter of the alphabet? Everybody knows. It's A, so let's find A. There we go. Oh, and again, if you're wondering how these are created, that's created here, not there. Where's Butch? There it is, Butch Puppet. I think I opened Photoshop, I did. So each of these is created in Procreate and then brought into Photoshop. So these are all the heads, all the bodies are all lined up on the side. I'll move me over here. Boop. So we're going to get eyes. get them all out of here. There it goes. There goes the body. So we have the body. Then we'll just do, that's front. Okay, great. So every section, so new group, this is front. So we have S, E. These aren't set up as normal. We have two different states for A, but you get to see we create each new head. So we have A1. Whoa, he's not even connected in A2. Ah, there we go. Okay, so it's just to create other shapes. So we just create all of the face shapes for each of these. E, whatever. Okay, so then I'm going to quit this because I don't save it. These are all, I just cut the layers out of Photoshop. So just a head. That's all I need. Then in here I go, so we're on the second keyframe. That is A. Let's go into A. Please stop. Please stop doing that. Okay, so we're going to drag A in. There's A. The next one would be, you would think B, but there's no B. B is M. Because M and B say the same thing. They're the same, like same mouse shape. So the next one is D. Let me see what D looks like. I don't like that D because when I think of D, my tongue hits the top of my mouth. So that's more like the S here. D, 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 D. You really don't see my tongue. Wait, even if you're zoomed in, do you see my tongue? That's not me at all. That is certainly not me. D. D, 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 D. That's low resolution, but D, I don't see it. This is a closer D. Do we have another one that's closer to D? That's E. Hang on a sec. L, R, F, M. That's a smirky M. I'm going to put in, for D, I'm going to put in S. Trust me, I know what I'm doing. I've made a few of these. So D is S. Then after that is E. Good Lord. The E, I don't like that E. I like the grin if I have it. Do I have a grin? E. Where's your E, man? E. That's D. He has as, okay, so he has a different D this time. So I'm going to put D in for E. Then EF. Got an F is the next one, so we've got D. Plain A, D, E. This is F. Great. G, H, I, J, K, L. L is the next one. Just talking about mouse shapes. L, then it's M, and then it's an O, and then it's P, Q, R, R. It's R. That's a good one. That's a really good R. Then we have S, which we agreed was going to be, that's a good S right there. That's a good S. The D is a good S. Don't replace existing item. S. Wait. O. Wait. Q. O. P. Q. R. S. T. U. V. I gotta put two more in here. Insert keyframe. And that should be that. So it's S. U. That's not a good U. Hang on a sec. We should have an There. That's O. I'm going to put R in there as well, and it's going to give me the same thing. Just don't replace existing items. And then W for this one. I know this is confusing, but it will be fine. I want to see how many we have here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. We don't have a ton. Hello, JP227. All right. So we've got these in here. Now, again, this is why I'm creating a template, because it's a big pain in my tush. They all look to be pretty lined up. They look pretty good. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit further on this one. 100. Because you need to take a look at the shape of the head there. You can see it jump just a smidge once. Yeah. You can't tell when it's far zoomed out because it looks pretty good. But boy, oh boy, can you tell when they're just doing reading. So I got to zoom in here. Whoa, get in the freak. Oh my God. Fit in window. You freaking. Okay. So now I got to zoom in here. Start with 1, jump to 2. It jumps to the left just. Yikes. It jumps to the left a smidge. And you can see why. You'll get artifacts here, like in the top. I know it's so hard to see. It's like right there, but it throws the shape off of this thing so much if you have those artifacts flying up. So I'm going to zoom in, back to the first, back to the second. So we need to move this one. God dang, will you please stop doing that? 100. God dang, you're killing me. How do I do this? That's there. I don't want zoom on there anymore. Give me my freaking... Good Lord. I don't want zoom. Oh my God. Align. Hold on. There. Good God, that was tough. It's still not letting me do what I want to do, though. Hold on. 1. That's 1. That's 2. 1, 2. So I have to move this one over. 1, 2. There. Now it's lined up. 2. That's 3. You're and you can see why I'm creating a template for these, because this is what I deal with all the time with this application. So stupid. Get in there, you. Keep going. There we go. All right. Back to 1, 2, 1. God dang it. That's 1. 1, 2. It does move over a lot. 1, 2, 3. 1. Okay, 1, 2, 3. 1, 1, 2. Yep, that's fine. 1, 2. They're all over 1 pixel. How crazy is that? That one's down. But you see what I'm dealing with? Like, this is crazy stuff. Like, stuff you never even think about. Hold on. 4. God dang it. 4, 5. That needs to go up, over. Up, up. Hang on. 1, 2. That's fine. There's an image behind it. That's the problem. Go to 6. Oh my God, that one's way off. That's 6. 5. Holy moly. It's just down. Okay, we're almost done. This is crazy, but it's insane how long this takes, right? Perfect. 7. That one's way off. Perfect. Welcome to my hell. This is what I do every stupid animation. Okay. That's lined up. Next one is not lined up. Perfect. And thank you for liking the live. I'm doing this not for my health. Okay, that's there. That's there. Okay. This is part 1 of this too, by the way. But you'll get to see a fully animated head at the end of this. Perfect. 9. We're at 10. Great. We're at 11. We have 1 left after this. Oh my God. And then 12. Great. We're done. Let's zoom out so you can see what I'm talking about. All right. So now every one of those is now lined up. And again, it's stuff you wouldn't even think about. Stuff that's like irrelevant 90% of the time. But when you see a head slightly move, it's very jarring. Like if it's like, blah, 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 it gets a vibration and it looks terrible. So now that we've got that, we've got 1, 2, come on. Highlight you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now we have one more thing to do because you saw that there were heads behind heads, like right here. There's a head behind that head. So now what I have to do is I have to click here, align, arrange, send to back. It's Shift Alt down. Okay, great. Nope, that's both highlighted. There we go. Thank God. Click off, click on, Shift down, select off. This is how you have to do it. And that's what I'm saying. Like this application is not made for people that have animated in the last 25 years. Down, Shift up, down, Shift off. And you're like, well, you're cheating because you're doing computer animation. I'm like, there's no cheating in this. This is exactly, it's just as hard as animating by hand. I don't want to hear it. Okay. Delete. That's good. That was great. Delete. 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 Okay, so what we're doing is we're taking and getting rid of the original piece of art. Delete. Delete. Hold on. And after this, we should have a good head animation started. Let's see. Yes, we do. Great. Look at that. We've got a good head. I might create a different mouth for some of these. They're good looking. Like really good job on some of these. So, okay. So Stone, are you still there? Probably not. You probably have things to do. I see Torples here. But I was going to show the next step in this. So we're going to save this one more time. Save. We're going to go jump back. And now we have this character head right here. It's all the way animated. So it's all the way animated through the end. And you're like, well, what is it animating? It's just going to go through all 12 frames. So when I hit return to watch it, that looks like garbage because it's just going through the 12 frames. So stop. Let's go back to the beginning so you can see what I do. So now I've got to take the audio assets, properties, library, where is it? Medford Mudroom. That's this one, right? Hold on. Can I double click on this and play it? Yes, I should. No, I cannot. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to highlight audio at the bottom, highlight audio, make sure this is on its first frame, and this is highlighted. And once I do that, I can drag the audio. You don't have to drag it onto his nose. You just have to drag it onto the. You just have to drag it onto the field, yeah, onto your workspace. And what it does is it fills out the text at the bottom, so you can see this. Now the audio track is there. So we've got the head animation and we have got the audio track. So now let's make sure that goes all the way to the end. It only goes out to number 389. So that's not a full audio recording. That's a partial audio recording. That's okay. The template is made for a full audio recording. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the very, very start, click on the very first frame, So now we're on the first frame in the very first one. Sorry. There's a big button on my screen that there it goes. Character, I'm on the first frame, right? And now that I'm doing that, I can go to properties, click on you. And when I click on properties, there's a lip syncing button. There we go. So it's the magic, but when I click on lip syncing, it brings up a different menu. So I'm going to say lip sync, click on it. There it goes. So in this window, it says, what do you want to use for each of the faces? And that is why we put them in the order we did. So neutral is neutral. A, D, E, F, L, M. I think this might be better as an O. R, S. Oh, fudge. I do like that as an yeah, shoot. I'm going to make that an O and that a woo. So R and are going to be the same mouth, but that's okay. So then we're going to sync it to, oh, sorry. Then it asks us what layer we're going to sync it to. And we're going to sync it to that one. Thank you for liking the live, Stone. Much appreciated. So we're going to click audio. And when we do, it'll start doing the lip sync. Now I have to do this for every head. So if we have 3 heads per character, side, 3/4, and front, I have to do this every head. So if a character has 3 heads, which they now do, side, 3/4, and front, I have to run through this process for 3 different animations. Then, depending on how many characters there are, like in the Butch and Larry one with Ice, we had 3 characters with voices, but thank goodness the Ice characters were front on the whole time. So that's 1. The second Ice character only said a few lines, so I just animated those by hand. Butch and Larry, though, had 2 heads each. Each one of these gets more and more complex. So now, when I hit, so before when I played through it, you'd see that it was just running through the lip sync, but now every one of these has been broken up. And you're like, well, that's so easy. Well, maybe.
What's wrong with your coffee? It smells like a goat's underwear, like a gamer's gym sock, like a Russian ball bath.
Well, lately the coffee's been turning my insides out, so Minnie brewed me up this mushroom coffee that's supposed to work just like coffee, only without the jitters and the prolapse. And
Huh.
Okay. So it's kind of there. And that's what as I said, I make the animation and then I go through and tweak the crap out of it. So this gives me a good baseline for the head. And then when I take this head and I will export it, let's export this to, we'll export to video, entire movie. Don't generate an alpha. We're going to call this an export. It's going to run through a generic export. And when it does, I'll show you the next phase. Well, while it's doing that, I'll show you my drop down here. I have my head's in the way. I have a new video folder. So when I click on new video, it creates everything that I need for a project. So it creates all of the assets that I need. So let's do this. Let's go 9 by 16. This is 16 by 9. We'll do 16 by 9. Let it do its thing. Is it doing its thing? It is. So this is called Butch First Pass. Okay. And we're going to say late. Oh, no, I don't have a keyboard. Yes. I don't know why it keeps doing that. Skip. All right. So right here, I will take what just exported. I think it's done. Yeah, it did it. Let's go into DaVinci, and then we're going to go into, perfect. Oh, there it goes. Okay, so it's doing the encoding right now. So this will take another minute, but while it's doing that, this folder See, this is why I do all these templates, because this one is already set up. So when I click on that button, it creates a whole new folder. So I have footage, audio, graphics, music. I have it all in one folder. So I don't have to create another, like, I don't have to keep reinventing the wheel every time I do this. So now that that's done, 1 second. Hold on. How far along are we? It's still going. 25 seconds. Let's see what I can do in 25 seconds. We'll go to the folder itself. Hold on. Medford Mudroom. We're going to go to... Oh, no. Hang on a sec. Hold on. Hello Beautiful. I want Hello Beautiful, and I want Butch and Larry. And I want images and screenshots. Export media. Okay. It gives me it almost looks like an error, but it's not. Okay, that's done. Go here, back to here. I want to look for a background is what I'm looking for. Come on. Let me find background. Coffee shop background. Drag that in there. So I've just dragged the background. You'll see it pop up in the screen right up there. So that's that. And that should go under graphics. Put that in graphics because I keep everything organized. Great. So we've got graphics. We've got that. Now let's go get the head that we just made. Desktop. It's called blank templates right there. All right. That's how long that is. When does it stop talking? Let's see. Great. And again, this is rough. We're doing this rough. Perfect. B. Then we go back into the folder again, and we're going to find the Medford Mudroom that we made.
What's wrong with your coffee?
Perfect. I love it. Then we're going to get a keyframe of them. Let's get a keyframe of them. Finder. We've got to do this. Hello, beautiful. Let's find a static image of those two. Just for positioning purposes. That's not it. Let's see. We've got Butch, Larry, and Ice. Let's see if we got one in here. Images, screenshots. I usually have a static. A static of those two. There it goes. There's one. Oh, that's a PSD. Great. I usually have the two just sitting there. That's frustrating. Let me get one just for the head shape then. Right there. I'm going to do this. I'm going to put that down here. We're going to blow this one way out. Perfect. That goes up on top. This goes here just for sizing purposes because I need to know how big to make his head. All right. So now we have this on a green screen, which when I do these finally, I kind of knock these out using an alpha channel. So that means anything that is green here would be transparent. But it's such a large file and it takes a while to process. So for this example, I'm just doing it here as a green screen. So I'm going to open up the FX, go Effects, go 3D keyer, drop that on there, and we're going to just get rid of that green screen. Did I not do it? There it is. I got it. We're going to do some despill on that. Great. So now that head's way too big. So we just have to reduce the size of it. Video. And again, this is not exact for this video, but it will be when I do it for real. It's probably going to be 5:4. That's pretty close to the top. Hang on a sec. The head usually doesn't. There we go. Perfect. So now it's going to be a disembodied head on the porch. We're going to move you over. All right. So let's see what that looks like. No. Stop. You don't do that.
What's wrong with your coffee? It smells like a goat's underwear, like a gamer's gym sock, like a Russian ball bath.
Well, lately the coffee's been turning my insides out, so Minnie brewed me up this mushroom coffee that's supposed to work just like coffee, only without the jitters and the prolapse. And
So now you see how that's done. That took an hour and 14 minutes to get one head. Keep in mind, there are 3, so that's about 3 hours per character, per lip sync, and that's after you already have the audio. So think about 3 hours per lip sync on each character, just getting them in here. Then I'll do one for Larry. Then what I'll do is I'll just go through the scene at the same time with my own hands. And so I'll be like, acting like I have a cup of coffee, and I'm like, oh, this thing tastes whatever. And so I'm taking my own hands and animating them as arms in here. So that is effectively how I make these. So I figured that you guys would have, like, enjoy seeing that process. Was it worth it? I don't know. That was the first thing I wanted to show. But the second thing was probably more the speed of TikTok. Let's get rid of you. Where are you? Where's my text messages from today? I should have messages, right? Google Messages. Perfect. I need that on a shirt. I agree that she attacked us all equally, and I think we ended up uniting more against her than each other. I really didn't take issue against Mark until I was an adult. Perfect. Now you get to see me complain to my sister. Oh, you didn't even see that. Thank God. I was writing to my sister. You didn't see me venting about my brother, my family. I thought you know, it wouldn't have been that bad if you did anyhow. Here we go. This is what I want to share with you. You and me. Let's do it. Well, that is way zoomed in. Now I need my face because this is worth it. This is going to be this. I'm going to put this up on TikTok as is. Let me find my face. Where can I put my face? There it is. I'm just a square. That doesn't seem right. Why am I just a square? Can I stretch me out? No. This is new to me. Why can't I stretch me out? Doesn't make a difference. You didn't come here to see me. Can I change that? No, I can't. That is flipping weird. Like, this is the first time this has ever happened. And I haven't seen anybody's comments in a while either. Sorry, everybody. I'm not ignoring you. Okay. So let's blow this bad boy up. This, somebody sent me, and it is insane. This is from 11 years ago. Get ready for this. It's 11 years ago, right? 11 years ago. God dang it. 11 years ago, 6,000 views, 58 comments. I'm probably 3 of those from today. Okay, so this has been up there for 11 years. It has 6,000 views. That's pretty terrible. It might be elsewhere, I'm not sure, but this is crazy. It's called How to Get Revenge. Selected clips by Austin Wolf. Oh, I don't know if is it Austin. I hope that's his name, not where he's from. So, How to Get Revenge. Let's enjoy. Okay, first off, wait, slow down. Okay, time out. First off, Linda Blair. What year is this from? 1989. So, when did The Exorcist come out? Was that 72, 74? When did The Exorcist come out? The Exorcist. 1973. I was right between them. I said 72. Did I say 72 and then 74? It's 1973. I'm a dope. Right in the middle. God, I could have been impressive. the average of my takes are pretty good. So 1973. So and now we pull out the calculator again. So from where's my calculator? Clear. 1989 minus 1973. 16 years. So in 16 years, Linda Blair went from The Exorcist to making... Well, she was in a couple movies too. I think she got a career revival at this time. Like, was she in... Anyways, she was a star actress, but now she's in How to Get Revenge, selected clips. Shocking. I couldn't think of a more 80s intro than this. Starring Linda Blair. So, is this if anybody knows what this is, please let me know. Is this a DVD? Is this this is like a VHS is what it would be. But it's really kind of strange. It doesn't look like it was on TV. This looks like it was a DVD for in-store purposes. So, How to Get Revenge, starring Linda Blair, big Drop Shadow. I'm a huge Drop Shadow fan. People of my channel know that I love Drop Shadows. All right, here we go.
I was just reading a few pages from...
Okay. Again, the most 80s/90s furniture choice. That is a wood grain finished wall and an oak bookcase that is probably still kicking it today because it was made out of oak, real oak, not the... That thing weighs more than Linda Blair, I assure you.
From a fascinating book. It is literally filled with countless pieces of wisdom. One in particular deserves quoting. It reads, "Vengeance is mine." Now that's a powerful quote. And from what book am I reading? The Bible. Maybe you remember this classic bit of...
Okay, so that's a jump cut. She jumped way to the side. Okay, so this is a selected clips. So I'm not sure if that is a jump cut based on... Because the plant's gone too. Like they're like, we got to get that plant out of the way. That is a huge jump. So they probably said, we got to just kill the freaking tree, get it out of here. But she is really impressed
quoting.
With this book. Hang on.
In particular, deserves countless pieces of wisdom. I was just reading a few pages from a fascinating book. It is literally filled with countless pieces of wisdom. One in particular deserves quoting. It reads, "Vengeance is mine." Now that's a powerful quote. And from what book am I reading? The Bible. Maybe you...
Good Lord. That... So is that from the Bible? That's a really real weird way to start a video. Like a really weird way to start a video.
Remember this classic bit of adolescent revenge.
Okay, so we're doing adolescent revenge. So this is How to Get Revenge. We know what we're into. Revenge. Here's the first one.
The idea was to fill a paper bag with fresh animal droppings. The fresher, the better.
Okay, first, the fresher, the better. What in the world? Okay, so time out. The fresher, the better. Okay, so this is the old poop in the bag of brown paper bag. Then you set it on fire and you step on it. That's classic. I don't think I ever did it. I think I may have helped collect poo for my older brother, but I don't think I ever went through this exercise. So they're starting off with a classic from the era.
Then place it on the victim's doorstep. Once done, you'd light the bag on fire, knock on the victim's front...
Okay, I think from watching this, I'm going to start writing the number of felonies. And so this is attempted arson. Felony list. Attempted arson is one. Okay, so this kid drops it. Here we go.
Front door, then run to his backyard. Then when the victim arrived, usually the neighborhood grouch, he'd have no choice but to put out the fire.
Whoa, oh my God, what was in that
Meanwhile, you run to
bag?
the victim-
Holy cow, did you see that explode? What is in that bag? Can I zoom in on that? Watch this.
To put out the fire.
That explodes out of there
Meanwhile,
like
you'd run
crazy.
to-
That shoots out of there like mad. That is nuts. That kid is even shocked about his work. I remember the flaming bag of poop prank from Billy Madison. So this predates the Billy Madison movie. So Billy Madison probably got it from this. The old crank neighbor. But man, does that explode.
To put out the fire.
He almost biffs it. Thank God he's holding on to the door. But now he goes around back. This is a new take.
Pounding on it. This would cause the startled victim to run back through his home,
Oh my God. He's
soiling his fine shag carpeting with animal droppings. Well, you've made your clean exit.
Dude, holy cow, that's brutal. What? Like, he almost biffs it 3 times in this video. Like, he steps on that bag of flaming whatever. He
This would
almost
cause
biffs
the
it going
startled
into the
victim
house.
to run back through his home,
Right there. And then he's like,
soiling his fine shag carpeting with animal droppings.
what's he doing?
Well, you've made your clean exit.
That is terrible. So that is a crazy spin on it. I never did the banging on the back door. That's crazy. This is like a letter to the Penthouse Forum where it's like, I never thought it would happen to me. And then it's just the most unreal story. You probably couldn't even do the poop on the front porch. First off, felony, 1 felony. But that person at that point is already screaming. But getting around to the backyard and banging on the door, that person would just be yelling at his wife or whatever. Like, I don't think he'd go through the house. But if it did, man, that's a perfect storm. That's awesome. That's crazy. Did not expect that.
Belts. Let's say the mark is a
Oh,
family.
what did she say?
Well,
She
you've
probably
made
said
your
something sassy.
clean exit. Fasten your seatbelts. Let's say the mark is a family man. You know, a wife, 2 kids, a dog. What can you do to disrupt the entire family?
Jesus. Like, that's me. She just like, what can we do to screw just the guy who's trying to make it through in life? Wow. Wow.
You know, a wife, 2 kids, a dog. What can you do to disrupt the entire family as opposed to just the mark?
Put them on offensive mailing lists. Pornographic mailing lists such as pornographic magazines.
This is Fox News. This is Fox News before Fox News. What can you do to destroy a man's life? Sign him up for pornographic magazines. So brutal. Dude, that's so brutal. And this guy's like, so matter of fact, he's like, here's what you can do. Here's a list from my firm of my pranks firm, my 80s pranks firm. We've got a lot. Dude, hang on.
Just the mark.
Put them on offensive mailing lists. Pornographic mailing lists such as pornographic magazines, pornographic merchandise. Put them on the Communist Party's mailing list. There are hundreds of mailing lists you can put them
The
on.
Communist Party's mailing list? Okay. That could be harassment. I don't know if that constitutes a felony. But sending somebody pornography, that's right on the edge.
By the way, there are dozens upon dozens of homosexual and bisexual magazines available today.
Oh my God, dude. That's like ruining marriages. Honey, where did you get this homosexual magazine? It's addressed to you. It's not mine. It has your name on it. Jeez, how many marriages did this one videotape destroy?
I found if you mail these to the Mark's place of work, you can start rumors or quickly get them fired.
Never mind. That went way worse than I thought. I was like, they're going to break up the marriage. No, they're going to get him fired. Dude, what the hell, man? This is insane. Hi, Monkey B. We're watching like a prank video from... Dude, holy cow. Getting somebody fired? God dang.
And if you can get a photo of the Mark, it's even better. Send that to a gay magazine along with the requisite money and place an ad for a gay lover. Then when the copy comes out with his picture and the ad in it, send that to his boss, his wife, or his girlfriend.
Fast.
What did the guy do to you? Dude, what the... Holy crap. I can't... Am I insane? That's the craziest thing I've ever heard. For a videotape in the late 80s.
By the way, there are dozens upon dozens of homosexual and bisexual magazines available today.
It's good to know.
I found if you mail these to the Mark's place of work, you can start rumors or quickly get them fired. And if you can get a photo of the Mark, it's even better. Send that to a gay magazine along with the requisite money and place an ad for a gay lover. Then when the copy comes out with his picture and the ad in it, send that to his boss, his wife, or his girlfriend.
Fascinating.
Harold, why don't you pick it up from
Okay,
here?
time out. Fascinating. That's her response. Give me a second. Is harassment a felony? Harassment can be a felony or even a federal crime. The severity of the act, jurisdiction, prior convictions, aggravating circumstances, aggravated harassment. I think that would fall under aggravated harassment. Getting somebody fired from their place of work and submitting a picture of them to an alternative lifestyle magazine will say, that's insanity. Like, oh my God. This is like the pranks that they would do in movies, like in the Police Academy movies, where they're like, oh, we just got this guy, he's doing a speech, and now we've got a prostitute under the thing, and she's going to perform fellatio on him. And so he's giving the speech to a group of people. I'm like, that's freaking assault. That's sexual assault. And it was like in the first Police Academy movie, I think. You got Porky's where they're looking in people's bathrooms. Oh my God, dude. The 80s. Anybody who remembers the 80s fondly does not remember 80s movies. Because they're freaking full of, bad stuff. Okay, so hang on a sec. She's fascinated. Linda Blair, when we left off, Linda Blair was fascinated by identity theft and harassment.
Boss, his wife, or his girlfriend.
Fascinating.
Harold, why don't you pick it up from here?
Well, the incident took place on Thursday afternoon.
Oh my God. Anybody who watched the Venture Brothers, this guy looks like the guy who cloned the Venture Brothers all those years. The guy voiced by J.K. Simmons is like, hey, yeah, I've cloned you a million times. Don't worry about it. The whole backyard's full of dead bodies. That guy is in a lab coat. His desk, you do know we're doing a video shoot right now, correct? Like downed coffee mugs, maybe that was part of the bit. I do not know, but clean up around here a little bit. Jesus.
Well, the incident took place.
Oh my
on,
God. Full ashtray. Holy cow.
Yeah.
Well, the incident
Full
took
ashtray.
place on Thursday afternoon during my lunch break.
Wait, I got to go back. That's perfect.
Girlfriend.
Fascinating.
Harold, why don't you pick it up from here?
Yeah, let me get that
Well, the
ashtray.
incident took place
I bet
on,
he smells
Thursday
delicious
afternoon during
being
my
right
lunch
next
break.
to him.
His wife,
He's like,
or his girlfriend.
can you push your chair back a little bit?
Harold, why
Nope,
don't you
got to
pick
get
it
the
up
shot.
from here?
Well, the incident took place on Thursday afternoon during my lunch break.
Okay.
I was eating at the little diner across the street from the library where I work. Everything was perfectly normal.
Okay, I got to figure out what this movie is because that's comical. He's trying to eat chopsticks. That is freaking ridiculous. That's funny. Also, I'm sure everybody caught it, but the oak cabinet behind his head here, he's got 4 oak cabinets. That room is going to collapse soon from the sheer weight of having a full tree in there. Hold on.
Took place on Thursday afternoon during my lunch break.
He's giving testimony. Good Lord. Clax, thank
I
you
was
so much
eating
for
at the
sticking
little
around
diner
this long.
across
You're
the
the
street
best.
from the library
You have a
where I
great
work.
one, all right, bud?
Everything was perfectly normal.
This is ridiculous. Uh-oh. That guy looks like he's bad news.
It was then that I first noticed him.
He's a squid. I bet he smokes cigarettes.
At first,
There's
I didn't pay
no
much
audio.
attention
There's
to him,
no
being more
music
interested
bed.
in my-
This is just the hiss
It
of the
was then that
VHS
I
tape.
first noticed him.
Hissy.
At first, I didn't pay much attention to him, being more interested in my meal.
I hear you.
However, it soon became evident that he was a troublemaker.
Both of them.
I see a good place to sit. Come on.
And that person grew up to be Willem Dafoe.
Yo, buddy. Mind if we eat here?
Well, actually, yes.
Okay, so now we have this girl leaning over. This is by instruction. They're like, hey, honey, can you lean over the table? You got to be right in the center. I want you to lean in right down in there. That seems to be a very uncomfortable lean over.
Buddy. Mind if we eat here?
Well, actually, yes. But there are other
Okay.
tables available.
With the arm on my shoulder, my back would hurt within 2 minutes, not because of boobs, just because I'm old and I have boobs probably bigger than that. But that would hurt to sit doing more than 2 takes of that. You're like, my spine is going to give out. Good Lord. Okay, so they come in and they're harassing this dude. They see him. They see he's a mark.
Yes, but there are other tables available.
I know that, Wimp, but I want to eat this one because I want to watch my truck. You understand?
If you give me a moment, I'm just about finished.
Oh, just about finished, huh? Well, I can't wait.
Is he slapping him in the
Besides,
face?
looks to
That's
me
assault.
like your orders to go.
I was terrified. I had no choice but to leave.
Wait, what did he do? I missed
Well,
it.
I can't
Slaps him in the face.
wait. Besides, it looks to me like your orders to go.
I was terrified. I had no choice but to leave. As I was leaving,
I feel bad for that dude. I do. He didn't deserve any of that. He didn't deserve the slaps in the face. That seems to be too much.
I noticed the man's license plate number and made a mental note of it.
Okay, so now he's already gone. Like, first off, that guy's sitting in ramen noodles right now. Second off, as soon as he left, he's like, I made sure to get the guy's license number. Holy cow. Yeah, what to call the police, of course, because he assaulted you. All right, so let's call the police. They're so mean.
I was so humiliated. This kind of thing happened to me many times in the past, and I wanted to get even with that man.
That guy terrifies me. His terrifying. Also, he has like what appears to be a Nintendo Switch in his pocket, but that is just the case for his eyeglasses, which are as large as the Nintendo Switch.
Now, Harold here was adamant about getting even with him himself.
So he came to my firm, my
Out of
prank
battle
firm.
time. Look, Harold, you take over, buddy.
With pleasure. Once I had the man's name and address, I decided to start off with what the man apparently wanted, food. So from a payphone across the street from the man's apartment, I called about 15 takeout restaurants and had them send him all types of food. And I had them spaced out so that they would arrive about every 15 minutes.
Okay, this guy thinks that's hilarious. So he called restaurants and defrauded restaurants. So that's got to be placing food orders as someone else felony. Is it illegal to order food without paying if you don't eat it? It's probably not illegal, but an a-hole move. Great. Is it illegal to prank call Pizza Hut an order? 7 years ago. If you call in an order and you pay for it and decide when it gets delivered, whatever. If you commit this behavior frequently, it is viewed as harassment. If you make the order and then send it somewhere and mark it as paid on arrival, you've committed theft or fraud. According to Quora, that is another felony. Okay. We are, I think, 3 videos in, and we have 5 felonies. This 5, that's a good average. We're 2 felonies per video.
Let me back up a moment.
He loves
to tell
that.
you that there had been a series of robberies at a local convenience store chain. Now, with that in mind, I planted a toy handgun under the truck's seat, and I threw in a city map with the locations of the convenience store circled in red.
Dude, what is going? So instead, like, just ordering food and making him like tell people like, I didn't order that, and getting blacklisted at restaurants all over town.
And a few newspaper clippings about the robberies.
He finds robberies, like goes to the police blotter, finds robberies, and then puts a toy gun in the guy. He's going to get this guy killed.
Then I went to a telephone and phoned the police and stated anonymously that I had seen where the robber lived and that I had seen his gun in his truck. To make a long story short, the police arrived just as the man was getting into his truck. When the police saw the gun, the map, and the newspaper clippings, well, let's just say that the man had a lot of explaining to do down at the station.
A woman.
That guy loves it. So wait a minute. That's okay. This is again, that none of that ever happened. That's a joke. This is the Penthouse Forum, but for pranks, because Like, that wouldn't, like, you can't, that's a lot. And again, I mean, if he was a cop, I would believe this. If he was a cop and this guy did it to a cop, which he wouldn't, because he'd be fair, that punk would be beaten up by other fellow cops. That cop could have framed him for those, but just a general person, like, I don't think that would happen. And then, of course, they'd be like, who wants to do this to you? And that guy lived close enough. I don't know, man. Like, this is not true. None of this is true. I feel these are all fake, but that's a bridge pretty far to get somebody, again, if that person you did this to was, say, a minority, they'd be dead. Good God. Okay. Coke machine. What are we going to do with a Coke machine?
From Fort Worth, Texas, writes in telling us how she got even with a former friend who owned a popular vending machine.
A former friend. Getting back at a former friend who owned a vending machine.
She stuffed cotton way up into the change return slot. This had a twofold effect. One, it upset her former friend's customers because the machine wouldn't return their change. And two,
nice.
When the woman returned a few days later and pulled out the cotton, she hit the jackpot.
Oh, so theft. Just theft.
First things first.
So we got another one. We are 4 videos in, 6 felonies. We gotta step it up. Hopefully this guy can step it up.
A mailbox. Easy pickings.
Okay.
First things first. The mailbox. Easy pickings. Everybody has a mailbox, and everybody reaches for their mail.
True.
Who says you can't put more than mail in there, huh?
I think
How
the
about
federal
some
government.
pancake
I think the federal government says you can't do that. Oh my God. What is the penalty for tampering with a mailbox? Mailbox vandalism. 3 years in prison and $25,000 fine. Tampering with a mailbox is a federal crime with severe penalties, including up to 3 years in prison and a fine up to $250,000. Okay, well, here's a federal. Oh my God. I really hope nobody rented this. Okay, so he's like, tampering with a mailbox can be fun. And going to jail can be a rent-free experience for the next 3 years.
Huh? How about some pancake batter? Motor oil, Jell-O, pudding. Anything go in there. Just close your eyes and think of something nasty you wouldn't want in there. Get the picture? And another nice thing about the front door.
How about some fresh dog poop you have left over from the original prank? Which again, I'm sure if there's any lawyers out there, I am sure there are far more. If there are lawyers out there, I can almost assure you I am missing a few of these felonies. But we're at 6 felonies for 4 videos. Actually, no, sorry. That's 7 at this point, right? Mail fraud. Or, yeah, well, tampering with the mail.
Anything go in there. Just close your eyes and think of something nasty you wouldn't want in there.
Okay.
Get the picture?
I got it.
And another nice thing about the front door, most front doors have a mail slot. And you know where mail slots go? The living room. That's right. Now, you only do this if you really want to get back at your newfound friend here. Because a lot of times they put hoses right next to the front door. You know what you can do with that hose? You can run it right.
The hell, dude? What is he doing? What in the world? What is the crime for intentionally flooding someone's home? It says someone's mailbox. Is damaging a mailbox felony crime? Okay, someone's home. Intentionally flooding someone's home is a serious crime, most often categorized as criminal mischief, vandalism. Okay, fines and imprisonment, probation, criminal record. It's not a felony, but it's a serious crime. I'm just gonna change this from felonies to crimes. The list of crimes they're having you do. God dang it! I'm gonna have to rewatch this video and find out how many crimes.
Right into the mail slot, right there. You turn it on, you split the scene. Captain Happy comes home and he can paddle his way to the telephone.
Who is this
Well,
guy?
you get that bottled water guy. Leave a message from the mark saying, "Hey, stop making nice with my wife. I know what you're doing. I'm on to you. Hey, there's thousands of things you can do with messages. Be creative. Have
What?
fun with
Wait,
it.
he said-
Right into the mail slot, right there.
What did he say? He was talking about...
On, you split the scene, Captain Happy comes home, and he can paddle his way to the telephone. Or you can get that bottled water guy. Leave a message from the mark saying, hey, stop making nice with my wife. I know what you're doing. I'm on to you. Hey, there's thousands of things you can do with messages. Be creative. Have fun with it.
So, oh my God. So wait a minute. He's telling you to send a message as the water guy?
The telephone. Or you can get that bottled water guy. Leave a message from the mark saying,
The bottled water guy? Was there a bottled water guy in the 80s? I don't think there was.
hey, stop making nice with my wife. I know what you're doing. I'm on to you.
There was a piece of subtext that probably there's having bottled water was somebody who was, it was probably an insult back then. Like, what, are you too good for regular water? You get bottled water. This guy, I don't trust him. I've never seen this person before, but he seems like he would be a comedian from the time. Maybe he's the guy who made the video. He thinks he's hilarious, but he's just a criminal.
Hey, there's thousands of things you can do with messages. Be creative. Have fun with it.
You know, he comes across like Brent Spiner, like Data. He looks like Data when Data's trying to be a human being. He's like, hey, I'm Sherlock Holmes or whatever the heck he wants to. That's what the guy that comes off as. All right, hang on. So it was sending a message to somebody. That's harassment. Harassment's another one.
Looks like Captain Happy's problems go back a few generations, huh?
Okay, wait, did he just break into that guy's house? So okay, so just now the narrator's just breaking in. Like,
messages. Be creative. Have fun with it. Looks like Captain Happy's problems go back a few generations.
so breaking and entering.
The kitchen is a limitless source of retribution. One of them.
I have not seen a more 80s looking kitchen. You've got a telephone that is connected to the cabinet. So the wire would have to go through this cabinet. Good Lord. You got wood trim everywhere. Everything was made of oak. Apparently the Oak family was raking it in. Like they had a lot of influence. They're like, screw the pines. Screw those freaking, I can't think of another piece of wood. Mahogany folks. Screw the mahogany family. It's all about oak. Heavy, strong. Break your back lifting it up. And it's in everything. Everything. Wallpaper, just an unexposed lamp there. Great. That kicks out maybe 60 watts. That's, again, this is a super 80s looking scene. No white balance whatsoever. Like this counter is likely white. But with the, no, is it white? Hang on a sec. What the hell is that in the corner? This is cream. But yeah, the white balance is way off on this thing. Anyway, I'm going to let him talk about what he's going to do to food.
Neat little things I like to do is switch the labels on the canned goods. Peas, carrots, onions, with other kinds of canned goods. Things like menudo, corned beef hash, dog food.
Wait, what is menudo? What is menudo? Menudo is a traditional soup. I've never heard of menudo. Beef tripe. Oh my God. So stomach lining, dried corn kernels. Oh my God. She loves it. She's a huge fan of it. Filipino pork menudo. That's crazy. I've never heard of that.
Imagine the surprise when you open up what you think is a can of salmon and there's nothing but dog food in there. Pretty good gross out, don't you think? Now,
wait,
when most
that's
people...
pretty, like, poisoning? Like, I guess dog food is human consumption. It is made for human consumption? Wait, it is serving someone dog food illegal. Serving food is not inherently illegal. Public health violation, assault. Is it illegal for, okay. Is it illegal to mess with somebody's food? Yes, tampering with somebody's food is illegal. Consider a form of assault and harassment. Thank you, Quora. Quora is crushing it today.
Pull open the refrigerator, they expect to find food inside. What if you got there ahead of your mark and, say, put some dirty laundry in there, huh? How about that? Look at this. Quite an impressive little fruit salad, huh? Oh, what do we got here? Oh, it probably belonged to the pool man, huh?
So he just put clothes in the fridge? That doesn't seem like... That seems like an inconvenience. So he put clothes in somebody's fridge.
Wait a minute. What do we got here? Ooh, little breeding room in there, don't you think?
This is very 80s bit, too. Like, what do we got here? Anybody else has this? Are you seeing this? The old Jay Leno routine.
Well, if that doesn't gross them out, you could probably think of 1,000 other things that will.
If their own laundry doesn't gross them out. If their own laundry doesn't gross them out, they'd be like, who put this in here? Is grandma, is she senile? She's likely senile.
All inside the fridge. Think about it. Get the big picture, huh?
I had a friend whose grandfather would collect shears, like for trimming hedges and pruning trees, and he would put them in his underwear drawer. And that sounds far more menacing than this. Like you would have a drawer full of just rusty, like shears that he would take from around the neighborhood and put in his underwear drawer. That's menacing. This is just an annoyance and being like, it's more scary to have somebody in your house than it is to do that. Did he just click at me? Did he click?
Huh?
He did.
Well, you could probably think of 1,000 other things that will. All inside the fridge. Think about it. Get the big picture, huh?
Oh, gross. He had to tell people that he was in this. He's like, hey, I made a freaking video with Linda Blair. I made a video with Linda Blair. Yeah, it's my big moment. And he shows it to his family, and they're just like, yeah, he's as gross as we thought he was. He's a terrible human being. All right, we are at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 offenses.
Favorite act of revenge is really the oldest one in the books, but I love it because of the payoff.
It's murdering your brother. Is he going to talk about murdering somebody? It's like the old Cain and Abel.
All you have to do is call your mark as many times as possible during the day or the evening.
So harassment.
Every time you call, you ask for Peter or whatever name comes to mind. After 4 or 5 times, the mark is going to be a little irritated. After a dozen times, he's going to be pissed off.
Harassment.
After a couple of dozen times, he's going to be violent. Now, you stop calling at about 10 o'clock at night. You wait until about 2 or 3 in the morning, and then you call him up again and you say, hi there, this is Peter. You had any phone calls for me today? I know that it's silly, but it's still my favorite game.
It is silly. It's silly. I can't believe Chevy Chase is suggesting that. Wow, you could almost digitally de-enhance this guy. He probably looks exactly like this in real life. Like that is the kind of joke this person would pull off. The Atari 2600 of people. Pretty funny. Laughing at my own jokes.
I know that it's silly, but it's still my favorite gag.
Oh, I suggested that one night he get a cement truck, which we did.
This is already starting. Like, get a cement truck. First step, get a cement truck. I'm already off this plan. I don't know how to get a cement truck. Hello, Torpal. Welcome back again. We're trying to find a way to get a cement truck, apparently, because it's going to be a hilarious joke.
Oh, I suggested that one night he get a cement truck, which we did.
Sure.
We went over to the house, and there was the car parked in the front with the top down. So what did he do? You pour the cement into the car.
Well, that makes sense. That is definitely, what would be the crime for that? It's public property. Wait, hang on a sec. What is the crime for intentionally, because you're destroying someone's vehicle? It is vandalism, straight up vandalism. Okay. Property damage, criminal mischief. So it's just criminal mischief. Again, it's a crime. They're suggesting a crime. And again, I think this is about as real as the Penthouse Forum, where like none of this is really happening. They're just like, whoa, that would be such a good zinger.
So what did he do? You pour the cement into the car, right up to the top. I guess you could say that their relationship was cemented.
That's great. Especially if he's still in the car. You could say he's effing dead. Because we killed him. We buried him in his own car. It's a classic joke. Hold on. 1 second. This is so bad. Hello?
Excuse me. Hello?
Yeah, it's Linda Blair.
Yes?
Yeah, Linda, my name is Rick. Listen, I was driving down the street past your house a few minutes ago, and I saw some smoke coming from your house.
Oh my gosh. Oh, well, thank you for calling. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry. I have to go. I hope you had fun. Bye.
Dude. Is that how they ended the video? It looks like this guy comes in at the end. Hang on a sec. Who does this guy look like? He looks like an actor. He looks like the guy who played, he looks like the guy from Gremlins 2. Hang on. First off, I don't know how she didn't get work as an actress. She is freaking selling this.
Oh my gosh. Oh, well, thank you for calling.
My house is on fire? Okay, act like your house is on fire.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry. I have to go. I hope you had fun. Bye.
We got it in one take. No notes. Perfect. And then this guy, it's this guy. This guy is this person.
Gentlemen, we've got to sink this. Yes. Yes, I understand. I'll take care of it personally.
That's that dude. Did you? Who was it? I don't know. What's that?
Dad, did you hear something?
I don't know. Dude, that guy is it's so stupid. It's so bad. Did you hear that? I don't know.
I guess you could say my client finally came out on top.
Boy, I'd have to agree. Imagine that, breaking up a marriage to the U.S. mail. Amazing.
Breaking up a marriage through the U.S. mail, amazing. He's lighting that up like it's a cigar. Did they used to light cigarettes like that?
I guess you could say my client finally came out on top.
He has to balance it because he's got the shake so much. He's like, I can't hold my cigarettes. I gotta just, calm those nerves. He's lighting it like a cigar. And then this is not a flat screen TV. This is just a, probably, if I know my 80s, that's a cork board that they were able to put this around. That is impressive. People would be like, wow, Linda Blair has a flat screen television. God, this room is just a lot. It is a, oh no, it is a whiteboard. It's a whiteboard. Do they have two whiteboards in this office? Wait.
I have to go.
Okay, that's the one shot.
I guess you could say my client finally came out on top.
Okay, so there was a plant there before. So 848. There's the desk. Okay. So, okay, no. Okay. Hold on. There's the plant. So they just may have shifted the desk around. They did a lot more work for this video than I gave them credit for. I thought they just put it together like in an afternoon, but they had some movers in here. They used a whiteboard. They used some special effects. This is crazy. So causing a divorce through the U.S. mail. That is, I'm going to add that one at the end. They got it in at the buzzer. Calling in a fake fire. That is also a felony. What is calling? Oh, wait. Hold on. Calling in a fake fire. Criminal charges, fine, prison and jail time. All right. In an 8-minute and 54-second video, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 16 crimes. That's 2 crimes a minute. They're coming in at 2 crimes a minute in this video. I don't know why this only has 6,000 views. This is priceless. Oh, and who does that guy look like? That's what I was like. This guy. This guy. Oh, he's lighting a cigar. I want to get back to where he's not. That guy. Gremlins to count images. Hang on a sec. Vampire? That guy. Who is this? That's not... Robert Prosky. That guy, and they're not the same. But maybe it is. Maybe it's Robert Prosky. Let's see. Robert Prosky. Yes. American actor, IMDb. What did he work on? He was in 1938. Let's see. It's not him. It can't be. There's no way. It would be 1989. The Heist. No, he was famous back then. He's not in that. Murder, She Wrote. But I would also doubt that Linda Blair in The Exorcist. Okay, so she's still alive. I thought she was dead. She's still alive. That's great. I've got no ill will, even though she was trying to set people up to go to jail. The Witchery, Moving Target. This isn't even on her IMDb. This is not. Hang on a sec. Zapped. So she was in Zapped. Monsters, Witchery, The Heckling, Up Your Alley, Moving Target, Bad Blood, Silent Assassins, Grotesque, Savage Island, Murder, She Wrote. Where was her turn? She was in, oh gosh, she was in Fantasy Island just 9 years after. 9 years after The Exorcist. She was in The Exorcist 2. Airport 75. Okay, so she had a big run in the 70s. And then in the 80s, this is not even on her IMDb, for good reason. Because it was probably some court settlement. But she came back with she was in Spoofs. So she was in Married with Children, but I remember her being in Spoofs. Zapped Again. That would be Scott Baio. Scott Baio was in Zapped, I believe. So she wasn't in the original. She was in the second. But I thought she was in a couple goofball movies. So maybe she was. Was she in the Blair Witch Project? The Blair Bitch Project. Thank God. Hitters Anonymous, Powderpuff, Supernatural. She's just been kind of in B movies ever since. Married with Children. She played Ida May in one episode. Yeah, for some reason I thought she did a bunch of goofball, like cornball, screwball comedy horror things. What is it called? Like Scream? What were the... So it was Scream and then whatever that spoof was. That's what her career was nearly entirely after that. Anyways, I'm going to let you guys get back to your regularly scheduled day. I got to get ready to go to an event. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate it. Clax, thank you for being here. And I will catch you all in the next one. I swear to God I will. Stop sharing. End this damn thing. Goodbye, everybody.